Today I'm talking about taxes. One, how to legally avoid paying taxes, which if I could show you today how to legally avoid paying taxes, would you want to know how to do that? Number one, okay, here's the first thing you need to do is get organized. So because of the law changes in the Tax Cuts and Jobs Act of 2017, we have actually changed the deductibility of certain expenses that you guys are using in your day-to-day businesses today, such as like your mortgage interest, state and local tax payments, etc. So you want to make sure that you're allowing yourself enough time to familiarize with yourself the new rules, okay, when it's time for doing your tax return. So get organized. One of the main things that you can do is to get organized with your taxes ahead of time. If you don't, then again, you have to think about it. You're going to have to do that anyway. Why is it that, and I just wrote an article on this, it was featured on the cover of Entrepreneur magazine, and it was talking about how, I basically talked about how, it's not your fault. As a millennial, like we were bred to be expert procrastinators. Here's the one thing that gave me a 5-year advantage against everybody else. I've got 5 figures coming in of passive income because I got this one thing done correctly and I took it serious. I took it serious really quickly, was taxes. So I know that taxes are not fun to talk about, but it is Tuesday, so we're talking about taxes today. Tomorrow, we're going to be talking about wealth. It's Wealth Wednesdays. One of my favorite things to talk about is wealth, guys. But as far as on taxes, the first thing you need to do is to get organized. Get ahead of the game. Do not hire a CPA. You must, if you're making $250,000 or above, you must have an expert tax strategist, which is not a CPA. Or in conjunction with your CPA. All my solar people, you know what that word conjunction means. I don't work for the power company. I work in conjunction with the power company. You need to have a tax strategist, an expert that understands tax mitigation strategies, how to legally avoid paying taxes, not evading. Listen, there's more people in prison for tax evasion. I know I've said this to you before, but again, I want to beat you over the head about it because if you don't get this, it's very important. You will be going to prison, or you're going to limit yourself. You're going to limit yourself from getting massive amounts of loans, lines of credit, stuff that's going to help you do what I have been able to do, which is create 5 figures a month of passive income. 5 figures. 5 figures a month I have right now in passive income because I took this serious. I paid 6 figures in total, high 6 figures really, to learn how to do this. But now that then created 5 figures a month in passive income for me. So get organized. Do not wait until the end of the year. Right now is the time to get organized. If you don't have that, you have to ask me. Guys, you don't have to pay me to tell you to buy a damn QuickBooks and what to do and send you a video. Like, I can create a simple video for you in like 2 seconds, or send you one of the hundreds of videos I have on my teaching courses and send it to you for free. Like, you guys got to realize you have to ask for help. Okay, if you're making $250,000 or more a year, you need to have a tax strategist, a professional, not your CPA. You need to obviously have a CPA, but if they are one and the same, you should be careful, because at the end of the day, your CPA is the one that has to go to court for you or talk with the IRS and negotiate for you when it comes to the fact that you are doing what the government wants you to do, which is avoiding taxes, not evading taxes. There's a fine line between the two of them. When they come and check your books, they're gonna be like, oh, my boy Matt's on here. Matt's not evading taxes, he's just avoiding them. I'm talking about as if I'm the IRS. Matt's not evading the IRS. Matt's not evading us. He's just avoiding us. Oh, I can't be mad at you, Matt, because you're doing what the tax code says to do. The over 5,000 pages of tax code says how to legally avoid paying taxes. But you cannot do that if you're not organized. The IRS simply wants to see you do a couple things. Make a profit, set yourself up as a legitimate business, and then 3, pay taxes. Now, if you follow any of my stuff, I show you how to retire in 5 to 6 years. That doesn't happen when you're paying taxes. So with the specific methods and the strategies that I put together and paying multiple 6 figures in coaching on learning and how to do this, and then come back and give it back to you. Okay? Get organized. And then don't miss out on any deductions, okay? So many people take the standard deduction, which is the flat amount for everyone that is allowed to deduct with no questions asked, which generally speaking, last year was $12,500 for an individual, and now it's like $12,900 for an individual. And a married couple, it was like $24,000, now it's like $25,800 or something like that. So it's close to whatever that looks like. So find out. Now, they usually will just generally take the actual, just a standard deduction, but guess what? I understand that it's because it's easier. You don't want to have to keep receipts. You don't want to have to do QuickBooks. You don't want to have to, manage what the difference between you spending $25 at Chevron gas station and you spending $26 for gas at this gas station. I understand that. But guess what, guys? It's as simple as setting up the program in the first year, or even paying a virtual assistant to do that, or paying somebody even on QuickBooks, guys. Like QuickBooks has a system where they now have like in-house everybody. Now I don't use their people, but I'm saying if it came down to that, that is better than you doing what you're doing right now, which is probably zero, nothing. So here's the problem with that. Here's what I have. The Tax Cuts and Jobs Act created a higher standard of deduction. So the standard deduction filed in 2022, or 2020 rather, was $24,800 for married couples and $12,400 for singles. So it's now more than that. It's now $12,900, like I was saying. I got ahead of myself. If you think that you can claim more than that, you should save by itemizing your deductions. Again, that's keeping receipts and things like that. Having a QuickBooks, having an accounting of where that money is going. It's very important to do this. This is especially vital for homeowners and self-employed individuals. So most of my people are self-employed, obviously. So who's able to deduct? We are able to deduct so much more as a employee. You can technically only deduct I think it's like 12 things, but as a self-employed individual, somebody that's an independent contractor, you've got like thousands of things that you can deduct. Now here's the catch. It's very important. Do not think that you can go and deduct everything. Show the government you make a reasonable and comparable wage for your industry, which if you're in sales right now, okay, I'm going to look it up really quickly because I want you guys to see this. Solar sales in Texas average salary. Holy shit. Never mind. Oh my God. Solar. Oh shit. I wish you guys could see this. This is funny. Okay, just so you know, I want you to see this. The first thing I looked up, what do you think the IRS is going to do? The IRS is going to go here and do the exact same thing I just did and say, what is the average solar sales professional's salary in Dallas, Texas, in Houston, Texas, or in all of Texas, or in California, Nevada, Arizona, Florida, New York, Georgia, wherever the heck you're at. Solar sales specialist yearly pay in Texas is approximately, wait for it, $178,000, which is $153 above the national average. Holy crap. Okay. Wow. So the average salesperson makes $178,000 in Texas, solar salesman. So when you, as a solar salesperson, which I sold solar in Texas for like almost 3 years, back then, it obviously wasn't $178,000. This is what I was actually looking for. The IRS is going to look at this exact number right here. They're going to say, what is the general range of what a solar salesperson makes? And if you're not saying that, like if you're saying $20,000 or $15,000, they're going to audit you. And they're like, yo, look, dude, like we know you made more money. You're driving, God forbid, you're on your Instagram driving a freaking convertible, Mustang or something. Like they know that's a $50,000 car. Like, come on, guys. So what is the average solar panel salesman make in Texas? Right here is $49,624 a year. You should not say anything less than $49,642. And if not, do exactly that. Okay, now give or take $5,000, $10,000, I understand. But the point is that the more that you deduct, the less now you can go and get a big loan. Like you want to get a car, you want to go get a house, you want to, dude, like I have huge, massive lines of credit, because I have said over the last 4 or 5 years now that I have made over $250,000 every single year. And now that I'm married this year, I'm going to say I make over $350,000 a year. Why is that? The reason why I do that is so that I can stay as what's called an accredited investor. I need a seat at the table with all these massive investments so that I can go from 5 figures a month in passive income to then 6 figures a month in passive income. So don't miss out on, number 2, don't miss out on tax deductions. Okay? Number 3 is this. Is you need to cut out the silent partner. Cut out the silent partner. Right now, if you're an individual, you file your taxes as an individual, and you're an accredited investor, you make over $200,000 a year. You are paying $64,000 in taxes. Your Uncle Sam knocks on the door. Think about it like this, guys. This is basically the same thing as mob mentality. The mob comes and knocks on your door. Uncle Sam, hey, give me my 32% now, or we'll take everything. 32%, guys. If some of you guys on here are making way more than that. Some of you guys are in the even higher, the 37% tax brackets, where you're making, as a married couple, you're making over $628,000 a year, or as an individual, you're making over $500,000 a year. Guys, you got to get this. You got to cut out the middleman. You have a silent partner. You want a 5-year advantage. You want to get 5 figures in income a month, not a year, a month. You got to figure out how to strategically either A, pay somebody to help you get in front of the right people to learn how to mitigate your taxes, legally avoiding paying taxes. You have to do that. You're gonna pay the money anyway. You're gonna spend $62,000 a year making $200,000 a year. $62,000. You swipe your card for it to the IRS. Uncle Sam comes and gets his 32%. That is a silent partner that you need to learn how to cut them out. You can legally cut out the middleman, which is a silent partner, which is the IRS, the federal government. You can cut them out, not the IRS. The IRS is the enforcer for the federal government. Cut out the middleman. What would you do with an extra $62,000 every single year? That's 20% down on a $300,000 house every year. And you want to tell me you don't have enough money? If you're making $200,000 a year, you already have enough money to be able to go and buy your first house. Every single year, Uncle Sam knocks on your door and says, "Hey, give me my 32%. You already have enough money. You're already making enough money. Mikey, I don't have enough money to invest. Yes, you do. You have enough money to invest. You just don't know how to mitigate your taxes. You don't know how to legally avoid paying taxes. Cut out the middleman. It's Tuesday. We're talking about taxes. It's your boy, Mikey Lucas. Thanks for checking in. Cut out the middleman. Number 3. Number 4, and I'm going to end here, is hire a tax expert that is not a CPA. Hire a tax expert that is not a CPA. Guys, your CPA stands for can't protect your assets. Meaning, your asset is your time. Your asset is the money you're making on your active income. Your CPA cannot legally tell you how to avoid paying taxes, not evade, avoid. If you do not have the right tax people a tax professional, a tax strategist, a tax lawyer or attorney, if you don't have those people, bro, just call me. I'll help you. Like, it's not me. I have people. You can have my people. You're doing yourself a disservice by not asking for help. It's not me. I don't have the people. They're not my employees. I just will show you who I use. That's it. If you need them, call me. I got you. DM me right now. I got you. You need to have the right strategy. Number 1 was get organized. Number 2 is don't miss out on deductions. Number 3 was cut out the middleman. The middleman is Uncle Sam knocking on your door. Uncle Sam's over here to pick up his 32%, 20%, Frank. And then number 4 is hire a tax expert, a tax strategist. You can invest the money that you are going to pay to the government if you do it correctly. And they're going to say, wow, Mikey, you're doing what we want you to do, which is to help make the American economy go up. we'll partner with you. And as a matter of fact, we'll take on some of that risk with you. We'll give you your 32% back. We'll give you 32% back. Guys, it's not my rules. I don't make the rules. I just follow the rules. 6,800 pages is the tax code. 6,800 pages. Less than 30 of them are how to pay taxes. Every other page is how to avoid paying taxes. And yet you're sitting here telling me, as an American citizen, you owe money in taxes? No, you're just lazy and incompetent, which you need to go find the information. Find the information. I invest almost every one of my dollars now into oil, gas, and alternative energy. Why? Why do I invest my money not into real estate, not into other businesses, not into commercial real estate, not even into Airbnbs anymore, even though I've got all those things? I invest all my money, all my chips. I have a diverse portfolio, guys. Now remember this. It's not a sales pitch. I'm just telling you what I'm doing. I don't give away my Victoria's Secrets. I give you my strategies. I give you my systems. I give you my methods. I'm telling you this because I care about you. If you don't follow them, that's on you. I don't give you my Victoria's Secrets. I give you my methods. I give you my strategies. Therefore, you go and do them. If you obviously need help, call me and you need me to walk you through it. I will help you through that. Okay? I invest all my money. All my chips are in energy. I do not invest in real estate. I have real estate. I do not invest in Airbnbs anymore. I have Airbnbs. I do not invest in franchises. I have franchises, 23 of them. I do not invest in cryptocurrency. I do not invest into commercial real estate. I do not invest into I don't invest in tarot cards anymore. I don't invest in any of that. The reason why, guys, is because there's a niche that I found. I invest all of my now current income into oil, gas, and alternative energy. The reason why is because is oil, gas, and is energy going to be going up, down, or staying the same? This is a solar pitch, you see? It's the same thing. In my head, I ask myself the same question. I'm sold, hook, line, sinker. Like, dude, we're going to be using more energy in the future. We're not going to be using less. Not only that, over the last 9.5 years, I've been warning homeowners on how the federal government has been shutting down power plants because of cleanness, because of the air pollution, because of all this crap. I've been warning people for the last almost virtually 10 years on that this is happening. Now I invest money into energy because I get tax benefits. I get massive amounts of returns on my investment. I'm making multiple six figures a year, guys, just from my investments into alternative energy. And not only that, I get to feel really good about it because why? Because I'm solving a problem that all of America and the world has. There's more money going into renewables and energy, alternative energies, cleaner energies, which is also clean natural gas, just so you know, meaning outside of wood, rubber, and coal. Okay? There's more money going into energy, which is why I said, wow, if the billionaires are putting money into energy, where do you think my money's going to go? Where do you think my money's going to go? My money's going into energy. I follow the trends, guys. I study this stuff for fun. I follow the trends. All my money's into energy. I don't put money into real estate. Guys, this is not financial advice. This is purely made for information and education. I will not buy any more real estate until the market comes down more than 50%. I will not touch it. I will not touch it. I will not touch it. I will not sub to, okay, I might sub to a deal or two. I don't know if you know what that is or not, but I will sub to a couple deals. But that basically means I'm putting $0 out of my pocket for a house. Okay, cool. Like, how do you lose there? Like, and I get no liability. Okay, that's a deal. That's the only deals that I'll do. But if it's not a subject to deal, I'm not buying the house. Okay? All my money's going to other real estate, which is fields that have minerals, fields that have solar panels on them, fields that have gas and oil. Okay? Talking about taxes today. It is Tuesday. I went over my 4 great tips about taxes. You gotta love it. Get organized. Don't miss out on deductions. Cut out the middleman. Cut out the middleman, which is the IRS. Which is Uncle Sam, not Uncle Joe. Uncle Sam. Okay. If you're an accredited investor, which means you make $200,000 a year or more, you're paying $64,000 a year in taxes. Cut that middleman out. That's enough money for you to invest into a single family property. Again, Not saying to invest in single family properties. I hate real estate right now. I will not buy real estate. I will not touch real estate. I won't even look at it if it comes on my desk unless somebody's like, yo, Mikey, I actually have a deal that's a subject to deal and it's a home run. Like I'm hitting grand slams on real estate. Otherwise, I'm not touching it. Grand slams, not even home runs. I won't even touch a home run right now. That's because there's more money for all of us, okay, to democratize and decentralize what used to be, you need $1 billion basically to invest into oil, gas, and alternative energies. Now us as common people can invest in that. Last thing, hire a tax expert, and that cannot be your CPA. Your CPA is a order taker, cannot protect your assets. Your CPA is not your amigo. You need to have a tax expert, a attorney, somebody that knows tax strategies. Taxes Tuesday with your boy Mikey Lucas. Okay, he gave you 4 outstanding tax tips on how to mitigate taxes, legally avoid taxes. Absolutely phenomenal. Okay, yeah. So book's being released at the end of this month. Well, it's coming up month. So it is going to be June 30th. My book is released. You can go and pre-order that now. It's your boy Mike Lucas with the Tax Tuesdays. Love you guys. If you guys write off, 100% write off, just the same as any mastermind would be a write off. A lot of those write-offs, guys, if you guys didn't get my like over 200, I think I put out a list of like 200 or 300 tax deductions. If you guys didn't already get that, you should just go to my link tree in my bio, and you can actually get a sheet that I put together that I use for myself. I'm like, okay, cool, like my team, when we're looking for tax write-offs, we go through this. Cool. So you guys can have that in the link tree and just follow the type form, and it will automatically be sent to you. That's the best way to do it. To get it the fastest is just to go on my link tree. All my free stuff is usually my link tree. So if you need anything, go there and put a bunch of stuff out there. So it's also, if you can, do me a favor and subscribe to my YouTube. I'd really appreciate that. I've been trying to build that a lot recently. So I will put this stuff on YouTube as well. I will might have to edit a couple things out, but if not, no worries. But yeah, that's what I got for you guys. So if you have any questions, please put it in the comments below. Otherwise, we're all good.